Kulepeamoa means flapping chicken in Hawaiian. Welcome to the Flapping Chicken Trail, one of the most fun trails that you will encounter on the island of Oahu. Unfortunately, my video editor won't allow me to adjust sound levels on specific parts of the film. So I've had to keep the level down here so that the wind noise later on in the future will not be too objectionable. Anyway, this is a picture of the trailhead and me indicating why I wouldn't leave my car here if I were you. Leaving the valley floor, you encounter this clearing. This is a junction. If you proceed to the left, you will continue along the valley and encounter many new and wonderful things, I suppose. I've never been back there. But if you continue to the right, the trail will take you up the mountainside and to the ridgeline, where you continue along the Kulepeamoa trail.
Oh, just think. Look straight down, Travis. That's that rock face that we were looking at from the last geocache.
I know. I was thinking about that.
I think we've traveled less than 1.5 miles from there.
As you reach the ridgeline, you will be first greeted by a copse of ironwood trees. If needed, there is some level ground here where you might be able to pitch a tent or make a small camp if you had to, if you're making the ridgeline late in the evening, so you wouldn't have to continue on in the dark. This is a nice place. Continuing through the shelter of ironwood trees, you'll finally encounter the open ridge. On this day, we were fortunate enough to encounter some very beautiful panoramas as the weather was with us in our favor. We also encountered some strong winds, which proved to be an ally to us as it cooled us off as we traveled along the way, and also made narrow sections really exciting and fun. You'll see as we get along this trail. While there are narrow sections of the trail, and some of them quite steep, much of the trail is broad and safe. This is one of those fun windy sections that, for some reason, makes you feel like you're right along the edge. Anyway, as you're traversing some of these close to the edge sections, the wind becomes your ally as it blows you away from the edge. However, you tend to lean into the wind, and every once in a while,
that rock that you tossed off.
Wind stops.
That was dramatic.
That gives some momentum towards the edge, but usually the wind picks up and carries you right back to where you belong. Have fun as you go along here, but be careful. This is really fun hiking. This is my favorite spot in the whole trail. Really love it. Gets steep here with a drop off on your right. It just plummets down. To the left there's a tree-filled drop off. A little bit less painful. There's a greater chance of you surviving if you fall on that side. There is a rope to assist you. However, as is my nature when I hike, I distrust ropes when I don't know what condition they're in and what they're tied to at the top, but it's always good to test it while you're close to the bottom, just in case you really do need to have to take advantage of it once you get up to the top. As luck would have it, right up towards the very top, just before you get to the top of the rope, you really do need it. There is eroded soil in that area, and even though you could probably make it without the use of the rope, you'd have to depend on the vegetation, which may be a little bit iffy. And if you start pulling out the vegetation, of course, the erosion will continue to degrade the trail. So stick to the trail, use the rope. The day I went up there, it was fine. Here I am climbing and looking for handholds so I can avoid the rope as much as possible. But nah, you get to the top and you've really got to use it. There's lots of flora and fauna that you can experience while you're up here on the trail. Here's a few shots of some of the beautiful flowers that are here. One of the reasons why I'm here is to search for the coveted flapping chicken geocache. Alright, continuing up along the ridge. I'm starting to get to the section where it's really eroded. Continue to look for handholds because I really don't want to depend on the rope yet. I haven't double checked what's up on top. I want to make sure this area is going to be safe for my daughter who's following me with her boyfriend, and this is the first time he's been on any kind of a trail like this before. So I'm thinking about, do I really want to bring those two up here? Apparently they were thinking the same thing.
Part of me thinks that he's gonna come back down and be like, no, screw it.
Here's a few more examples of some neat fauna that you'll see. You've got a symbiotic relationship going on here between the tree and looks like some kind of a fern. Not too sure what it is. Also a neat tree tunnel here where the structure overhead was actually trees that were continually blown by the wind and formed kind of a roof. So it's a neat tree tunnel.
2 minutes, 15 seconds.
It's gonna take me like 80 minutes just to get to where he's at.
Okay, almost to the top here. The Kulepeamoa trail is a new trail for me. Usually with new trails, I take my GPS along to find the geocaches that are along the trail, and also to record the distance, average speed traveled, time, and all that good information. However, this trail was just a fun one and distracted me to the point where I didn't log down all the information. The Kulepeamoa trail from trailhead to the Ko'olau summit is roughly 3 miles. So it's not too long of a trail. There's some challenging spots. This is going to be the most challenging. And also one of the longer rope sections I've hiked in my experience along the trails of Oahu. But it is fun. Just beautiful scenery if you come up on a day like today. And with the wind going, it makes it exciting, it makes it cool.
Okay, your dad weighs like what? More than me and you, right?
Yes?
I meant like me and you.
I don't know. Oh, I'm scared. I want to do this.
First your dad and then your boyfriend. What? The viewers?
Is it not good enough for you that I want to die already?
No, it is not. Oh my god, you know what I didn't realize?
As I mentioned earlier, our exit point for
Like the best part of the trail, 'cause it's flat grass.
our hike today was along the Hawaiiloa Trail. Hawaiiloa Trail from the summit back down to its trailhead, roughly
We'll go back down now.
2.5 miles. I guess you can tell from my daughter's commentary she was happy to be going back down. This is a fun trail, gang. I loved it.